I was born on the 5th of September 1982 to Kehinde Adidoyin Ejiteru and Chief Olasupo Obisesan. Mom told me I was born at the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, Lutz, Idiaraba. And because there was a strike then, they didn't have to pay for my delivery. So I was freeborn. I was reared in Onitsha, in Anambra State, where I lived with my late auntie, Dr. Christiana Debanke Ejiteru Bello, who was a medical doctor. We called her Mommy Onitsha. Her colleagues called her Ezenwine, a queen. She was a dominant figure in my childhood, and I still see her in my dreams, scolding me. I recall her with mixed feelings. Growing up was tough because my auntie was very strict. Everything was regimented. We watched TV occasionally, and we had chores like sweeping the big compound at 2B Bentley in GRA Onitsha and washing cars and clothes. We had our colors, and still remember mine was yellow, and we had a number that we assigned to so that when your number was ringed, you knew you were wanted. God help you. It was not all work and no play, as we had swats of toys, cars, horses, guns. Oh, we had toy guns. Lego, toy bricks, and soldiers, and our bags were always filled with snacks and Capri Sun, and sometimes we used to give our teachers too. I also remember our 5th birthday was filled with pomp and pageantry. We kept changing clothes, my cousin Jide and me, as if we were on New York Fashion Week. We had a litany of people from everywhere, family, friends, associates. That birthday finally made it to the news. We often chauffeur-driven to school, and I remember always enjoying the trip to school because there were many people in our house then. We'll start from Santa Maria to Holy Cross and to Ado Girls before dropping us off to my school, All Saints Primary School. Some days we'll go in an ambulance and the driver will blare the siren, and we enjoyed the way the people paved the way for us, thinking it was an emergency. I remember us always playing Fela's song, Well, something like that. I attended Christ the King College, the same college Peter Obi attended. Fun fact. It was founded in 1925, and I remember our principal at that time was the late Father Vincent Musu. I was in the boarding house, Azikiwe House, and it was no doodle. When I left Onitsha in 1996, I attended Abeokuta Grammar School, whose first indigenous principal was Reverend Ransom Kuti, the legendary Fela's dad. I did my SS1 between 1996 and 1997 for a year before returning to Lagos to attend community grammar school through Lagos. I got a diploma in mass communication in 2002, but everything else has been self-taught. I'm an inveterate learner. I want to know as much as I can. Most things I know were self-taught, screenwriting, voiceover, fiction writing, features writing, content creation, and digital marketing. I'd always had a predilection for writing and media. I call writing my first love. I discovered I could write as early as 5. Those days I would write to my mom's doctor, Dr. Chibe, and he would reply to me. I remember as a 10-year-old or 11-year-old, during the holidays, we used to work in my late auntie's clinic, and I'll be asked to write observation reports, which we presented during handover. My auntie will always prefer my report then, and I also excelled in English at school. I just had this uncanny and insatiable romance with words. I read the dictionary back to back. I wouldn't want a word to pass by me without knowing the meaning. After secondary school in 1999, incidentally the year Nigeria returned to democracy, I wanted to play football and make films. I wanted to do both at the same time because I figured out that footballers had time on their hands and money wouldn't be a problem. I love football and wanted to be a defensive midfielder or right fullback. I played in local clubs for years, hoping to go to Europe, but couldn't make it to the top flight. Shame. I started writing spec scripts as early as 17. I remember the first script I wrote was entitled Devil in Our Midst, then an epic titled Adventure in Africa, then Woes, Going International, which was a football story, and later Gunning for the Top and Heal Our Land. None of them made it to production as much as I tried. But there was one film I shot, which was supposed to be a stopgap work to make some money. I did not write it. It was titled Pregnant Man, which I co-produced, and I was the executive producer in 2001 and was released in 2002. Funds were gotten from my mom. I acted in a bit in that one, and it was just fortuitous. I think the only time I acted again was in a church drama many years later. I also tried to get out of the country for my development since 1999, but each time I did, I hit a brick wall. I must have had like 7 rejections and many more botched plans with travel agents. I guess guys at the embassy didn't like my face. I do have some indignation on those travels because I wanted to do some important things. Sometimes I wonder what could have been. And that's one of the reasons migration themes feature in my writing a lot. Professionally, I've done a litany of works, freelancing as a book editor, transcriptionist, content director for magazines, produced TV pilots, and was a business development manager for an Indian printing company in Nigeria. As a voice talent, I've recorded scores of work, jingles, audiobooks, documentary narrations, infomercials, cartoons, and just about anything that could be voiced. Some of my clientele includes the Future Awards, Green Worship, Joe Willow Heart Foundation, VFD Group, and RCCG, to mention just a few. At 29, I authored my first book, The Obama in You, a book that chronicled the journey that led Barack Obama to the White House and how we can all achieve our dreams using the same time-honored principles that he employed. And I remember having a lavish book launch with an official sponsor and a bevy of dignitaries, friends, and family. That feat made me hungrier. And as I sat on the high table that day, savoring the moment, I wanted more. The book was well received, and I remember receiving a letter from a reader in 2016, 4 years after it was published, who said, "Good day, Mr. Phillips. I'm Alfred by name, a student of Imo State University, Owerri, Nigeria. I read one of your books titled The Obama in You. Your book has really helped me, and I just want to say thanks. We'll get back to you again." Well, he never got back. I also remember another remarkable one was one reader who contacted me through Facebook and told me in glowing words how my book had inspired him while inviting me to speak in a maiden edition of an event he organized. Of course, I attended and it was fun. I was inspired and also gave inspiration. Such stories make all the efforts worthwhile and assures you that you're doing the right thing. My new book, When Will I Be Famous? A collection of 15 short stories, is coming out soon. I love volunteering, and I've done that both for initiatives and in my local church. I believe so much in humanity and giving hope and spreading love. In church, I honed my skills while serving at the multimedia desk and rose to the head of the publications department, helping the church consolidate its magazine publications and personally sending out hundreds of emails. I've attempted a lot of things in the last 2 decades. The goal now is to consolidate on my experiences and turn them into phenomenal successes. 40 is that age when you think that everything should have fallen in place. You think that all the domains of life will have fitted perfectly, like a jigsaw. I've had moments of reflection, sometimes ruining my luck at what will have probably been. Sometimes when I also think about them, I have a good laugh. But in all, I'm very grateful to God for my life, family, friends, and the people around me. I'm as hungry as ever. There are a lot of what I call DNFs, did not finishes, that I want to complete. Those books, those projects, those travels, I got to finish. I need to make more impact. So I'm embracing 40 with gusto, knowing that I've been equipped with all I need to succeed. I thank all my friends and family and everyone that has made this journey worthwhile. Thank you for all you have been to me. 40 is already counting, so I got to go now.